Hi all. So today I have something a bit more serious to talk about. I was working on another video and decided to take a break by checking in on my YouTube subscription feed, and I noticed that Suit Yourself had made a video called Forced Hijab, Not While I Breathe. I decided to give it a watch. The article he's quoting uses language that immediately set off my bullshit detector, so I paused the video and clicked the sources in his description box. One led to a Facebook post and the other to a Blue Informer article, which is what he's going to be reading from in his video. From there I followed the links to the source articles, as well as a Channel 9 TV news spot that explained the situation in much clearer detail, and without the over-the-top language that the Blue Informer article, and I use the term article in its loosest possible sense here, was using. As always, I'll link all of the sources in the description box if you'd like to read them for yourselves. In this video, I'm going to attempt to correct some of the factually incorrect information contained within the original Blue Informer article, and subsequently in Suit Yourself's video.
This principle makes elementary girls wear hijab. Furious mum makes him regret it. Principle makes. Yeah, I'd be furious too.
Exactly right. I'd be furious if I had a child and a school representative was attempting to force them to wear any type of religious paraphernalia.
Liberals do not care about Western values whatsoever. They will do anything they can to sick Middle Eastern policies in countries all over the world, including Australia.
It was right around this point that my bullshit detector went from yellow alert to red. I'm a liberal when it comes to most things, and anyone who even takes a cursory look at my channel would quickly realize I am not a fan of religion in general, including Islam. However, I am a big fan of Western values. Although I'm not a fan of religion, I am a fan of freedom of religion, which includes my freedom not to take part in religious practices. To just throw out there that liberals in general don't give a shit about Western values is complete nonsense. You could argue that radicals from both the right and the left of the political spectrum are a detriment to Western values, but most sane people that would place themselves on the left side of the political spectrum, in general, do care about Western values, and any article that seeks to generalize an entire demographic in this way should immediately raise alarms. Carrying on.
Posted by admin. I suppose the admin can't say who they are because they'll get attacked for speaking the truth. The tension was mounting at a Queensland primary school where the principal and even some parents tried to pass a rule forcing little girls to wear hijabs, according to the Daily Mail. A mother of one of the students in the district was not having their nonsense and put a swift stop to it.
Okay, so I visited the Daily Mail article cited here, and even the beginning of that article refutes the narrative that this article is trying to push. So, from the Daily Mail we have, in 3 months there will be a Muslim uniform in state schools. Parents want to ban the hijab from young female students in fear Islamic headscarves will take over classrooms. Parents push to ban students wearing the hijab at Queensland Primary School. Benowa State School PNC President Brooke Patterson proposed the motion. Resolution at NLP conference calling for a general ban on headscarves defeated, but a second resolution calling for a ban on hijabs from children under 10 passed. Tensions threatened to reach boiling point at a Queensland primary school as parents pushed to ban Muslim students wearing the hijab. Read that? Queensland primary school as parents pushed to ban Muslim students wearing the hijab. Benowa State School PNC President Brooke Patterson called for the ban after she claimed she was asked to design uniforms for young girls which provided sexually modest coverings. We need to debate this now, otherwise in 3 months there will be a Muslim uniform in state schools in Queensland, she told the Liberal National Party State Conference. As you can see, the situation is pretty much the exact opposite of what the Blue Informer is stating. It's not the principal trying to force everyone to wear the hijab, but Brooke Patterson trying to force practicing Muslims not to wear the hijab. The school principal, Michael Josey, called for Miss Patterson to stand down and said uniform policy had to be in line with anti-discrimination laws. The Gold Coast Bulletin reported, "You will need to step aside with this matter and declare a conflict of interest, as your own personal political views cannot represent or influence the views of the PNC at the school," Miss Josey wrote. But Miss Patterson is standing firm, claiming allowing young girls to wear religious clothing effectively creates a separate uniform for Muslim students. Why would you be trying to do that in a secular state? You're not deciding at Benowa State School uniforms according to a Muslim culture, she said. Now, they're doing it, Miss Patterson, because it is a secular state. A secular state means they have the right to practice their religion. And as the principal pointed out to you, they have to stay in line with the state's anti-discrimination laws. but you don't have to take my word for it or that of the Daily Mail. Here's a short clip on Channel 9 News that gives more information about the news story in question.
There's little support from parents at Benowa State School to ban future female students from wearing a hijab. The push is coming from Brooke Patterson. She's the president of the school's PNC and is also a member of the state's LNP. Over the weekend, the party had its state conference in Brisbane and delegates agreed to Ms Patterson's motion to ban girls under the age of 10 from wearing headscarves in schools. Now, she's told 9 News that Muslim women traditionally wear the hijab when they reach puberty, and her concern is girls as young as 2 could end up wearing the headdress as well.
They're trying to promote, cultural togetherness, and to actually stop them from, honouring their culture, I think that's wrong.
It's their religion and their choice, so long as they're not got the full face covered. Yeah, great. I don't see any problem with it.
Ms Patterson's push doesn't have the support of Benowa's principal. He reportedly wants her to stand down from her presidential role, arguing she has a conflict of interest and is misusing her political position. Nor is it backed by senior members of the LNP. Party leader Tim Nicholls says he doesn't support the policy and he has no plans to implement the ban.
So, as you can see, the article that Suit Yourself is using here is not only biased, but factually incorrect at every turn. Sure, we can debate the hijab and what it stands for. I'm not a fan of the hijab either, but this school isn't run by a bunch of liberal loonies who are trying to force girls to wear hijabs either. And frankly, this is fake news. The whole Blue Informer piece is just full of fear-mongering and factually incorrect information. If we're going to have a conversation about religion, religious practices, and religious motivations, we should try doing so using facts, not fear-mongering articles that are debunked after a few seconds of research.
Initially, they wanted the girls to wear hijabs so that their uniforms were sexually modest. Who's looking at a fucking 9-year-old in a sexual way, except for fucking pedophiles and Muslims? No, this is not hate speech. This is truth. Truth speech, not hate speech. Fucking, even the article says it. It is disturbing even to suggest that men are going to be lusting after girls who are 10 or younger, unless you count Muslims who can take a bride as young as 9. We're not speaking hate here. We're talking truth, the facts. And the facts are, you Muslim fucking pigs can take brides as young as 9. You come to our fucking country, you live by our laws. If you want to fucking date a 9-year-old, go back to your own fucking sandpit, cunts. Parents have every right to be outraged.
Which Muslims are you talking about here, Sue? Because in, say, Turkey, which is 90% Muslim, according to the Independent article I found, you have to be 16 years of age with a parent's consent to get married. In the United States, girls can be 12 and boys 14 with a parent's consent. Quote, while most states set 18 as a minimum marriage age, exceptions in every state allow children younger than 18 to marry, typically with parental consent or judicial approval. How much younger? Laws in 27 states do not specify an age below which a child cannot marry. You can find the rest of the article below, but yes, in some Muslim-majority countries, girls can be legally married. Child trafficking is a real problem worldwide, and we need to have honest discussions about these topics. But that isn't going to happen if we generalize whole populations and demonize whole demographics based on biased sources like this one. Anyhow, that's about all. Suit yourself if you're listening to this. I mean this in the nicest possible way. You have over 30,000 subscribers. People listen to you and believe what you're saying. I hope that in the future, you'll take the time to do some research into the sources you use in your videos. Thanks for watching, take care, and cheers.